I had one of the most amazing days that I've had in a long time. Two people had asked to meet me, and I said, look, I'm going to take some time and I'm going to meet them. So I came up here to Derry, because one man, he said, you know, he wanted to take me through the history of Derry. This is my third time up here. I've never, you know, I don't know much about the place. So I spent 3 or 4 hours talking to one man. Another man, we'd been talking for a while and we hadn't met, you know, quite providential the whole day in many respects. One guy, he was praying with me, and he really brought to mind the image in Guadalupe of Saint Raphael and Saint Gabriel, which was strangely in my mind, and I actually had a photo of it. And then another man, were there talking about the history of Derry, and we spent a good time talking. And then afterwards, he introduced me to a person, and she had a vision of the Eucharist, the Sacred Heart. And my hairs were standing on end, and I said, like when I saw the painting, she had painted a painting of the Sacred Heart, the Eucharist as the Sacred Heart, and it meant so much sense to me. It is exactly what I've been seeing. I mean, I actually did a video earlier today, First Friday, on asking priests to preach with the Sacred Heart of Christ, which is the Eucharistic Sacred Heart of Christ. And then to see this painting in front of me, that, you know, that was in my mind. Because the Eucharist, the host, is the beating heart, the Sacred Heart, the pulsating heart of Christ. It's like Christ is kind of sending me on this journey and this adventure, and he's putting people in my path that I wasn't expecting to meet. And I suppose I want to give a message that is absolutely crystal clear from Christ. Christ wants to draw men out of their darkness. Christ wants to draw men out of the darkness. He wants to draw us out of our fears, of our anxieties, of our shame, or whatever is destroying our lives. He wants us out of that darkness. He wants us. He doesn't want you depressed. And, you know, I don't know how I can explain this, but, you know, Christ is so real to me. You know, what is coming to mind is, imagine you're the spectator looking at the resurrection of Lazarus, and you're saying, this guy was dead for so many days, and look, he's walking with Christ there. Look, I mean, Christ is real. Christ is real. His power is real. His mercy is real. He's able to transform lives, guys. And I need to be clear. I want as many men as possible from Derry in adoration on Saturday the 19th of November. Come to adoration. Come to the talks later in Thermobacca. Message me if you want details. I'll put you in the WhatsApp group. Come, get your friends. Men, come to adoration. Bring your sons. That adoration is going to save the life of one or more men in Derry. It is, and that's all worth it. If we're going to save the life of one man and bring him to Christ, it's worth it. So I'm asking men to come on November the 19th. I mean, I'm living in a living miracle. It's, you know, sometimes when you have doubts, and then Christ comes along and he puts it very clearly. Here you go, Robert. Here's my Sacred Heart. And I don't know what's going to happen in Derry, but I know it's going to transform Ireland. The north, from Mallinhead downwards. The renewal of the faith is going to come from Mallinhead downwards in Ireland. It's going to, you know, it's going to come from the north downwards, and from here something's massive going to happen. I mean, I just don't know, but so come to Derry, and men, I'm asking men to come to Derry on November the 19th. Maybe you're the man that needs help. Maybe you're the man that's living in darkness. Maybe you're the man that needs Christ's grace. Well, come to adoration. Go to confession. You'll find it there. I guarantee you there will be miracles happening in Derry on November the 19th. Miracles we wouldn't expect, because that's what Christ is doing. We think we've it all planned. You know, I went up today to meet 2 men, and then all of a sudden you find yourself encountering a person that you weren't expecting to meet, who literally has painted the vision of what you were seeing a couple of hours ago. And I said, this is, I mean, I won't sleep tonight now. I'm just on a high with what I've seen, because Christ, he wanted me to know today the importance of uniting as church, of us being united as Catholics, as men, and encountering Christ and drawing men out of their depression and their darkness. Christ wants us in the light. He wants as many men now in the light. Christ wants us in the light. He wants us to know his sacred heart, the beating heart of Christ, the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Christ, which is the Eucharist. And you will know him. You will know him through his mercy in confession. Okay, so get the message out there. I mean, I don't know what more can I say. It's just I need to digest this a little bit more. But I just can't believe seeing that picture that this lady had painted today. It's simply incredible. It's really, it's like the sign Christ was saying, here, look at me. What more signs do you need? This is what I want. I want people to return to my sacred heart. I want men to return to my sacred heart, to love me. That's what Christ is asking. Come to me. Come into the light. I'll transform you. I can do anything. You can do anything with Christ. In his name, we will renew the Eucharist. In his name. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.